Okay, we're live. So if you tuned in for part one or you've watched the video, you'll know that we've made a dough and I've left that to rise for about 2 hours. So we now need to knead it a little bit more, and then we're going to prepare all the other ingredients that are going to put on top of our pizza. Now, just to let you know in advance, normally I would use a combination of passata and tomato puree, but we don't have any tomato puree. Sainsbury's doesn't have any tomato puree. Morrison's doesn't have any tomato puree. I didn't even try Tesco's. It looks like everyone is stockpiling tomato puree, so we're just going to have to use passata. It's going to mean it's a little bit more runny when we come to do the tomato sauce, but it should be fine. It should still work. Okay, but before we get on to tomatoes and cheese and all that stuff, and I was going to have pineapple, but no one has pineapples either. Who stockpiles pineapples? I don't know. Not us. We should have done. But yeah, no pineapple. So it's just going to be a plain cheese and tomato pizza, because obviously pineapple is the only ingredient that you should ever put on a pizza other than cheese and tomato. So we don't need this anymore, although I might need it in a minute, so I'm just going to pop that over there. So what we'll do, I pushed all the flour to the side before, but I'm just going to spread that around again. Good. I've washed my hands, by the way, before we started. And then we'll just roll this dough into the flour. Now, I said earlier, didn't I, that if it feels a bit flaky, that's a bad sign. Now, it was feeling a little bit flaky before, but it's not feeling so flaky now. So I've obviously done a good job of leaving it to rise. I put it in our conservatory, which must have been a good heat for it. If it's too hot, you'll kill the yeast. If it's too cold, the yeast won't do anything. Even though it is 12-year-old yeast, still seems to have done its work. So I'm just kind of punching it around and folding it over. And the idea is just to really fold it as many times as you can, but don't let it stick to the counter. So you cover it with flour so it doesn't stick, and just sort of punching it and then rolling it over. In a minute, we're going to need to get a rolling pin, which is one thing. I used to have a big rolling pin and it broke. And I haven't got a new big rolling pin. So I've got some like really small rolling pins that aren't that effective. So get yourself a big rolling pin if you don't have one. But in fact, that's probably good. I can use a rolling pin now, actually. Because we want this to be nice and thin. Because the thinner it is, the more pizza we get. This is definitely not the right roll. What even is that? I think I've got a bigger one than that somewhere. Kim, do you know what the rolling pin is? No. Kim doesn't. Okay, we should really keep all our rolling pins in the one drawer, but... okay, so we've got a rolling pin, so I can start to roll it flat a little bit. I'm not going to make it too flat at this point, but just means that I can then layer it over, and that's just kind of get some air inside it. I'm not a professional chef, by the way. I don't actually know what I'm doing, but this is what I do, and it makes nice pizza. So, you know, what do you want, really, isn't it? Okay. So we'll keep rolling. I think we're knocking all the air out of it that's gone into it. I think that's what we're doing here. It shows one person watching again. It said one person watching before, but I don't know if that's just me watching. If it counts. So I'm watching the preview, I'm not sure. If you are watching, let me know, because I'd be curious if anybody is paying attention. Otherwise, maybe people will find the video later interesting. Maybe not. But I get to make pizza anyway, so it gives me someone to talk to. Don't get lonely in isolation. Okay. So, feel like we're looking good. Oh, my oven's looking a bit weird. What's doing there? It's all flashing F's. And then just turn the oven off. No, it's doing the pizza. I don't know what's happened there. Sometimes it does that. But turn it off and on again. Should hopefully work when we need to cook the pizza later. Okay, so I think that is kind of done. So I'm just going to sort of roll it around the flour again, get it really covered in flour so it's not going to stick to the bottom of the pot again. And then we're going to put it back in there. I'm just going to shovel the flour in a little pile over there because we're going to get more flour in a minute. Now, normally at this point, I would use a different surface to prepare all my toppings. But partly because, I don't really have as many, only pineapple, and I've only got passata and I have puree. So do it all here, and then also you can see what's going on. So I think we're going to do the cheese first. So we need the next size bowl up. Well, not the next size because that's broken, but the one after that. So let's put some Easter eggs. Yeah, they don't belong in there, so we're going to get rid of these. Pop them around here. And get that out. Okay, so this is going to be grated cheese, I guess. Not sure that's big enough. Might get this is going to be for my passata. That's what I normally use for passata. Gonna get another bowl for grated cheese. Okay, it's not really a bowl, but this will do. It's probably about the right size. Put my grated cheese in there, and actually that's probably a good to have a flat bottom. No pun intended there. Okay, so we'll put that in there, and we can then grate the cheese. So you don't want to put too much cheese on the pizza, I should stress. But if you're going to do a lot of pizza, obviously you're going to need a reasonable amount of cheese. So I'm using Sainsbury's extra mature cheddar, nice and cheap, but also extra mature, so winner. Many people not stockpiling cheese, which surprises me. If I was going to stockpile, I would, cheese would be the thing that I would want to stockpile. But we're fine. You can get cheese, so no need to stockpile cheese. So don't, so I can get some when I need it. In fact, obviously don't stockpile anything. Definitely don't. Who stockpiles tomato puree? What's going on? If you have stockpiled tomato puree and you're feeling guilty that you've ruined my pizza, it'll be fine. Don't worry, I forgive you. But you send me some tomato puree for next time. That'd be great. Obviously, if you're watching this video and you haven't stockpiled tomato puree, don't go out and buy some and send it to me. Otherwise, when this goes viral, which I'm sure, me grating, ow, my finger. Don't look at the webcam. Obviously, me grating cheese will go viral, and then loads of people are going to send me tomato puree, and then I'll be stockpiling tomato puree. So don't do that. But if you happen to have stockpiled it yourself, and this video by some miracle doesn't go viral, then you can send me some tomato puree. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grate this whole thing. So this is like what? I don't know, it's a lot of cheese, isn't it? This is 400 grams of cheese. I'm just going to grate a lot. Because I'm pretty good at grating. I'm great at grating. And then if we use it, we use it. If we don't use it, then I'll just have a load of grated cheese that I can put in sandwiches and stuff. So it doesn't really hurt. I feel like I should tell a joke about cheese or something, but I don't really know any jokes about cheese, so we'll just keep grating. Just maybe skip on 10 seconds while I continue to grate. There's nothing really interesting that's going to happen in the next 10 seconds. Maybe skip on 20. Maybe just skip the whole video, frankly. I think too many people have been following that advice, which is why, I think 5 people watched the last part 1. But we'll see. We'll see. Could be a YouTube superstar. Who knows? Really, just trying to, since we can't, be social, have contact with people, just trying to share something of life, in the hope that that's helpful. And yeah, so if you do watch this and you've got some cooking that you're doing, I would love to watch it. So send it over. Okay. So this cheese is looking great. Ba-boom. It's grated. It's looking great. Yeah. Kim, are you going to come and say hello to the live stream? She's not going to come and say hello to the live. Probably upstairs. She was drinking tea a minute ago. Okay, well that's done, so I can go in the dishwasher. If that's not enough cheese, I don't know what is. So I'm going to wash my hands again. So, could have had coronavirus on the cheese? No, not really. That's not a thing. Don't start any rumours. It's not a thing. Okay. Where's my hands now? Over here. Okay, so cheese is grated. Hands are de-cheesed. So that's good. I'm going to... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I said, we need to hold on to this. Actually, I think I said we don't need this anymore. We should have. I should have said hold on to that. You can put that back over the top. And that's going to continue to rise a little bit while we do the rest of the ingredients. So we've got cheese. So cheese can go there on the other side. That wrapper can go in the bin. And passata. Now this is where I would normally be wanting to mix the passata with the tomato puree. So I'd probably only use half of this, or I might use it all, but then I'd put half in a Tupperware for next time I do pizza. Or you could just even have it with pasta if you don't want to do pizza again sometime soon, because you really need to eat it within a few days of using it. Now this one, I mentioned the best before date on the yeast was 2008. This one is much better. 2021, so we're good. It's not even, in fact that's in date, isn't it? That's in the future. Brilliant. Even better. So, where's my scissors? Kitchen scissors. So we'll just chop that open, try not to spill it on the side so I don't get it in my flour. That'll be annoying. Just checking the time there, because you might want to, if you're in a bit of a rush, at this point you might want to preheat your oven. I'm not really in a rush, because it's 4:30, so got a bit of time. So I'm not going to preheat my oven just yet. I'm probably going to preheat it like half an hour before I want to eat. No, I want to start cooking. I'll preheat it 50 minutes before I want to eat. It's probably about the right amount of time. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. Just pour it in. Oh, it's really runny. So runny. It's basics, isn't it? So it's going to be a bit more runny. So this is, it's going to be interesting putting it on the pizza. That's why you mix in the tomato puree, so you sort of thicken it up. But this is runny. So, I don't know, we'll see how it works. We might have slightly sloppy pizza. But that's okay, desperate times. Nicola Sturgeon said today, life shouldn't be normal. It's not normal having sloppy pizza. So, Nicola Sturgeon, you are right. I think Nicola Sturgeon said that. I kind of didn't really read the news article in a lot of detail. So I'm just going to rinse this out. I don't want to get tomato everywhere. And then leave that to dry before I put it in the bin. Okay, so now normally I'd say tomato puree goes in there. Don't have any of that, so but we also need some herbs. So I think I've got some herbs around here somewhere. Mint is not what I want. What's this? Smoked paprika, also no. Some bay leaves up there. I end up with all these different herbs in my house. Because we've got more paprika. I don't know why we need quite so much paprika. Chives, don't need those. Parsley, also no. Right, so what I really want is basil. More mint. This one's organic mint. But that's also not what I want. Turmeric. Mixed spice. Ground nutmeg. Right, I'm going to have to use... We've got a little stool, because Kim's quite little, so she needs a stool to get around, but it's something that's helpful for me to get a bit of a better view around the back. What's that back there? Mild curry... No. Oh, mate. Oh, what's this? This might be something. It's got minions on it. It's pretty grim, but what even is that? Well, it's not basil. Okay, so we don't have any basil. So that's a bit frustrating. Not sure. I mean, I could. So we've got chives, parsley. Oh, got a tiny bit of oregano. Just sat out on the side. Wasn't even with the other spices. Just out. I feel like that is a thing, especially when cooking with tomatoes. Used for pizza topping. Winner. Okay, so there's not a lot of that. So I hope nobody's stockpiling spices because we're going to need to get some more herbs. Because I'm just going to chuck that in. Okay, good. I don't know. Do we need to hang on to that? Probably not. Just pop over here for now. Okay, so I've put those in, and I need to sort of mix it together. And so I'm going to get a spoon. In fact, what I'm going to use, you know that spoon I had earlier for the olive oil? Boom. No need to dirty another spoon. We'll just use that. A bit of olive oil won't hurt. So mix that in. Now what you're going to want to do is have one spoon for mixing your tomato sauce. And then another spoon that you kind of want to be like a flat spoon. Like some of you can get like a cheap camping spoon or something like that. It's a bit flatter that you can use for spreading. And what you do is you don't, because you're going to get, you're probably going to have flour on your spreading spoon. So you don't put the spreading spoon in the tomato sauce because then you get flour in there, which then you don't want. So you use this spoon for like pouring it on the pizza, and then this spoon to spreading it around the pizza. So you really important have those two different spoons for different things. Okay, so we've got the cheese, we've got the tomato sauce. I think we're basically ready. I'm just going to start cooking these pizzas, so I probably really should turn the oven on at this point. Okay, so we need to get some trays that I'm going to put the pizzas on. This is my favourite tray. This tray is kind of a bit old, but we'll use baking sheet, that's fine. Another slightly old tray. So my oven can only fit 2 pizzas in, right? But that means I need 4 trays, because you're going to want to get one pizza ready while the other one's in the oven, and then like switch them over. So I've got 3 trays, so I need another tray. A grill tray, but then I guess I can use that. So it's full of crumbs somehow. Not sure how. That'll wash. Over here. Someone's just used it and then put it away without washing it up. Never mind. So I'll give that a rinse. I'm just going to leave that one over here to dry. I'll use that one last. Okay, so we need some grease-proof paper. So you don't actually, need a new piece for every single pizza. So sometimes when we do pizzas, we'll sort of save the grease-proof paper. Climate change and all that. So pop that in, and then the pizzas will go. In fact, I've got 4. Brilliant. So then any new grease-proof paper today. Probably means I will throw it away today. You can't keep using it forever. Paper. It's not like gold. Okay, so yeah, so that's great. Well, I'll just put these over here, and then we'll do them one at a time. That's going to fall over. That's right. Hold on. Bit of reorganisation over here. That can go there. These can go away. Don't need these anymore. Okay. Good. This can go there. Got my cheese over there. Don't need those anymore, so get rid of those. Okay, so we tied it up. We're ready to roll, quite literally, with the rolling pin. Okay, so we'll spread that around. I can hear Toby in there. Toby! Do you want to come and help me make pizza? They cut out all the bad bits? It's going to watch a replay football match where they cut out all the bad bits. I don't know what the bad bits of the football match are. If things go wrong, they cut it out. Okay, well, there we are. Okay, great. Yeah, I did change the pin. Okay, give me a minute. Right, I better go in. I'll go and put the pin in. That pumpkin in right? Yeah? Okay, he's got his pen. He's going to watch his football, so good. Yeah, we had to put a pin on the Alexa device because they kept buying Crossy Road characters and stuff by accident. Came out to keep ringing up Amazon saying, "No, we really didn't mean to buy that." So what I'm doing here, I don't know how well you can see this, but I've got my pizza dough, and I'm just rolling. If I go further that way, maybe you can see it a bit better. Rolling it out, and I'm trying to basically make it the same size as this tray. I didn't show you how big a piece, but for the next one, I'll show you how big a lump of piece of dough that you actually want. Oh, by the way, I said earlier in the last video that I didn't think people would be stockpiling bread flour. So that was wrong. People are stockpiling bread flour. I guess people are thinking, well, if we run out of bread, we're going to make our own bread. So that's interesting. Obviously, the kind of people that are stockpiling, also the kind of people that make their own bread. So there we are. Things you learn. So we're trying to make this as thin as possible, but without holes in it. If it's got holes in it, then everything's going to leak through. But we still want it to be quite thin. Okay, well I think that is now. That's looking good. So I'm going to shake some of the flour off that and put that on the tray. So that one is. Oh dear, some of it. That's fallen off the edge of the grease-proof paper. So I'm just going to. Oh, mate! If I'm going to do more cooking shows, I feel like I need more cameras set up, don't I? So you can see what I'm doing down here. It's all just horribly going wrong. Let me move it over here and you can watch me struggle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it off. Try again. There we are, a bit more central now on the greaseproof paper. Okay, so that one, that's now ready for passata and stuff. I'm going to do another one though, just to show show you how it all works again. So, you know, tray, with paper, and then so I'm taking a lump of the dough, and the lump is like basically what you can hold in your fist like that. So it's like that much dough, if that makes sense. So if you roll it into a ball, it's like that, ball of dough. Okay, so we'll roll that around, get it nicely covered in flour, and then just start rolling it out again. Actually seems like quite good dough this time, so with that, hopefully that means we'll have a thin and crispy pizza. And obviously the thinner you do the dough, the more pizza you get. So that is good. I don't know why I'm whispering. Bit of a secret, bit of a trick of the trade. You get more pizza, you can eat more if you do it thinner. Yeah, it's all healthy stuff, isn't it? The tomatoes, one of your 5 a day. Cheese full of calcium. The flour, that's no one's going to complain about flour, are they? So it's all healthy stuff, really. I think, as far as I know. I mean, obviously, cheese is probably quite fattening. Cholesterol, so that might not be so good. Yeah. Try not to think about that too much. And actually, if you've got pineapple on it, that's fruit, isn't it? So that's also good. And we haven't put a lot of salt in this, so that's good too. I don't know, maybe the Saxon's got salt in it, probably, but I didn't put it in. Someone at Sainsbury's did. Not my fault, is it? Okay, rambling now. I was hoping that we'd have some more members of the Downs family that would help with making the pizza, but such is the way that it's me. But that's alright. Do you want to put a topping on the pizza, Toby? Sometimes I like to do topping. But I think he wants to watch his football. Hasn't watched much TV today. It's a bit too big, so I'm just going to break a little bit off that and put that back. Okay, still a little bit too big, but slightly thicker pizza. So the oven is actually preheated, but I'm still going to do 4 bases before I start putting them in. Just because I've got a lot of space in here. Normally I might use a dining room table to spread out a bit, but I'll try to do it in front of the camera today. Now at some point we're going to run out of flour because it just gets covered on the pizza. So obviously just run out. Just got flour here. So just do another sprinkle. Don't do too much at this point. Before I just did loads because I know it always runs out about how much you use. But at this point I probably put too much on now. You don't end up throwing flour away, do you? Especially especially in times like this where people are stockpiling bread flour. Okay, yeah, this is the last one, isn't it? Is it? No, it's not. This is the third one. Okay, that's done. And there's one last one for now. We've got 2 viewers now. Somebody's watching at least. Well, hello, welcome to the channel if you've just joined. We are making pizzas. So I made the dough earlier. There's a video online how to make the dough, and I'm now rolling out the dough and making bases. Making bases that look like that on this baking paper, and then we're going to do the toppings. Oh, they've left. Whoever joined, they've been like, no, this is not interesting. I'm leaving. Okay, well, thanks for joining, whoever you were, anyway. Good. Okay, so hopefully this oil's dry by now. It's not particularly clean either, but I'll throw this in the wash. That in the washing machine. Yeah, it's not really a proper baking tray, but it'll do for our purposes. Metal. Fall in the oven, so I want to catch fire. Okay, so that can go on there, and then they're actually falling on top of each other. So, okay, so we've got our 4 pizzas ready to top them up, whack them in the oven, and then probably about 15 minutes from now, about 5 o'clock, pizza will be ready. But only like 2 pizzas, so we're going to make more pizzas so that everyone's got enough pizza to go round. We've got to build up a stockpile of pizzas, in other words. We'll eat over the next. We'll eat most of them tonight, frankly. But then we'll have some leftover pizza tomorrow. Okay. So I'm doing 2 spoonfuls. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to do 3 spoonfuls because it's not particularly thick. So they're quite, they're very flat spoonfuls. Okay, so let's spread that out to the edges, not over, as close to the edge as possible, without actually going over the edge. I'm doing this at an angle so you can see, but normally you wouldn't do it at an angle because it's quite hard to stop it going off the bottom. It's coming down here. Okay, so that's, I think, side there. Okay, so actually that was a pretty perfect amount. We'll do 3 spoonfuls again on there. Wash that later. And then cheese. You really don't want to go overboard with the cheese. You might, if you've bought frozen pizza before, they look like they're covered in cheese, but just get like a strong cheese, like extra mature cheddar I always use, then you really don't actually need that much. So just like on a small handful, and then sprinkle it around. Make sure you're spreading it about, but it doesn't actually. Probably a tiny bit more. Doesn't actually. It's not like you can't see the tomato. You're just sort of spreading the cheese around. Okay, so let me show you just what that looks like. So it looks like that. So you can see there's lots of gaps in the mixed in. There's cheese everywhere. There's no bit of the pizza that doesn't have cheese on it, but there are a lot of gaps. You don't have to cover the whole pizza. And it's healthy, isn't it? Because it's not too many gaps. So I'm going to put that one in the top of the oven. Next one will go in the bottom. One, I can't remember if the top or bottom cooks faster or slower, but what's going on Facebook? Let's just see if anyone's commenting on anything important. Nothing to do with pizza, so we'll deal with the rest of that later on. Okay, so let's just put that back to the stream. Okay, I should, in fact, touch my computer, just go wash my hands before I continue. Probably should wash them before touching the computer as well. Right. Good wash with warm water. Doesn't hurt to wash your hands occasionally anyway. And we'll put this towel in the wash when I'm done as well. Okay. So, 1, 2. Well, it's only like 2.5 there because I think it's a slightly smaller one. Okay. So we've had an eventful day today. Had the live church service in the morning. I was quite sad not to be able to be there. I'm staying at home, avoiding people. I have asthma, and so I have to be a bit extra careful. So I've been staying at home, avoiding people working from home, which means I couldn't be directly involved in the church service. Although we did do a video earlier in the week for the segment we call "What's the Point?" So the segment aimed at the kids. So we did like a first try of doing a video for that. So while I wasn't directly involved in the service live, I was in the video. But yeah, it was actually quite nice to be able to watch and not be involved, and then just see how it went, and then be able to feed that back to the team. And I'm sure we'll tweak a few things for next time. First time doing it, so it wasn't never going to be exactly how we'd want it. So opportunity to see how it went, and then make some changes. Then this afternoon, actually the church buildings were open for people to come in and pray. I haven't heard how many people did that, but I ran a virtual prayer room on Skype. The idea was people could come there, join the Skype call and pray. I don't know why I just did that with flour. Put that back over. People could join the Skype call and pray. I don't know if people churched out after this morning or whatever. I didn't have anyone taking advantage of that opportunity, but that's absolutely fine. Lots of people have been coming along to morning prayer in the mornings and engaging with that a little bit more structured prayer rather than just sort of a drop in. So that's been good. I think the virtual prayer room, to be fair, we didn't promote that too heavily, as the focus was on the Sunday morning service and on the daily prayer. And then other than that, been making these pizza videos. Had lunch outside, nice day outside. Let the rabbits roam the garden for a little bit while we're having lunch, and they always like to hop around and nibble at all the flowers and do what they do. So that was nice to be outside. So that one's done. More cheese. So the idea is doing 4 is that as soon as the first lot's ready, you're not then having to do another lot. You can just put the other lot literally straight in, and no time is wasted. You're kind of more efficient, and you get the next lot of pizza a little bit faster. Which if you've got guests or something, you're really people are eating the pizza pretty quickly. You need to get the next lot going. Obviously, if you don't have guests this evening, although we might do a Skype call with some friends over dinner, which is a good way to still engage with people and be social. I'm trying to do with these videos. Okay, good. So, last one. Hopefully, by the time I've done all these 4, the first ones might be nearly ready to come out of the oven, and then I can get those chopped and ready for people to eat. Oh, I'm touching enough. So, tomato puree. I think we're going to do the full 3 scoops here. I say puree, it's just passata. And I think it's going to be alright. It is a bit runny. It would have been better to have puree in there, but I think it's going to be okay. So that was today. Tomorrow, I am in college. Normally go up to London, but obviously that is not running as normal. But it's all online using this web conferencing technology called Big Blue Button. So all the classes and stuff, they're online. So just kind of proceed fairly as normal, except for the fact that it's online. Some stuff isn't running, so we have like an afternoon program, which is a little bit less academic and more practical, and that's not running. But instead, we're going to meet together. We have these formation groups, which is a group of other people that are training, and we support one another and let each other know how we're doing. So we're going to meet as formation groups online as well, which will be really good. It's good to see what people have been up to this week and share ideas and encourage one another. It's always really good. Okay, so I've got 2 pizzas in the oven. Let's have a quick look how they're doing. Yep, so they're not ready yet. And I've got 2 pizzas here ready to go in. I think at this point, there's not really that much exciting going on. So I think what I'll do is I'll stop the stream, and then, I don't know, maybe I'll do part 3 of chopping up the pizzas? I don't know, probably not. I think we'll probably end the stream there. So hopefully, if you didn't know how to make pizza, that might have been helpful. Or you just wanted to see what I've been up to this afternoon. Thanks for watching, and have a lovely rest of your day.